What's up, everyone? It's StrangeFlow from Bassadelic.com. And, alright, well, I wanted to do a little how-to video or a little demonstration video of these plugins here. They're by Rancorsoft. There's a tape distortion effect and then also a vinyl distortion effect. Alright, so here's vinyl sound. And then here's the tape sound. These are both cool. The vinyl one's my favorite. That's probably aesthetic. I don't know. I like records more than tapes, but it's up to you, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna show you. Here's a beat that I made. It's on a sample pack I did, and it doesn't have any kind of subtle tape sounds or distortions in there, any vinyl, nothing like that. It's just straight up, just the beat. Alright, so, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but I want to give it a little bit of dustiness, a little bit of that, the sound as if it was sitting on someone's record shelf, or in someone's basement, in a stack of records for like 30 years or something, just because it's fun. It just has such a good sound. I love it. Plus, also, something that people don't always talk about, but in electronic music and also in hip hop, there's a tendency sometimes to make, especially when you're using MIDI notes and you're using synthesizers, to have this plastic sound, and it's usually not intentional, but it's something that happens. And if you don't have to use a vinyl distortion or anything, but it's just, there's something just kind of shitty about having everything sound plasticky, as if there was no human interaction with what's going on in the song. It just sounds kind of empty in a way. I mean, that's not always the case, but it's better to not lean in that direction, in my personal opinion. You don't have to use distortion, but that's one thing you can do to kind of keep your song sounding a little bit more authentic in a way. Or, you could just record an actual instrument, but, I'm not going to do that. So, what you're left with are these cool plugins. Let's see. Okay, here's what it sounds like. Here's the tape thing. It's a MIDI instrument here. So basically what you do is you just, you play it like any other kind of MIDI instrument, any other kind of plugin like that. You can do a scale if you want. But usually I just hold my finger on it for a while, because that's, and maybe hit another couple notes here and there, just to make it sound a little bit, random. Then there's these presets here. I think my favorite one is yeah, I think it's this one. What I usually do is turn the volume down a little bit so it's subtle. So it's just, or you can do it here, or whichever. And then you play it alongside the sample that you're using, right? Record. All right. Let's get these to line up here. All right, so what you're left with is this. Oops. Sorry. There. And you can say, well, that's way too loud. Yeah, probably. For most things. So, you turn this down. I like that. I like how that affects it. You can have it way up if you want. I prefer you didn't. You can do whatever you want. It's your sound. Okay, now here's the vinyl one. This is my favorite. let's solo that. Okay, so this is cool. I got gramophone crackle. I love that. That's I love that. If you want to do something like really old school. That's a fun one. Yeah, then they have like 1900s, 1920s, 50s, 70s, 74. Yeah, I like that one. That one, that's realistic, you know? And then, okay, so they do have also 1990, a 45 RPM record. So let's try that one. Let's just try one, right? And then, you know, you maybe hit a couple of random notes, a little bit higher. Just for the sake of randomness, to give it that more authentic sound. Like, it wasn't intentional that you put a vinyl sound in there because it's actual vinyl, right? And then maybe turn that vinyl down a little bit. Okay, and then you can speed it up. Slow it down. And there's volume control with this too, obviously. So that's how you do that. That's how you do that. It's at Rancorsoft.com, which is a company. They also do the Super Angry Distortion one. They have a bunch of, I'm not going to go into this one now. But yeah, they have a bunch of different plugins. A lot of them are free. Yeah, I like these, the tape delay and the vinyl. Honestly, I've probably used them like, I don't know, hundreds of times. Honestly, because I make sample packs and music. I make songs too, and so I use them all the time. To be honest with you, and you know, now that you know that, I mean, now, you know, if you ever listen to stuff I've made, you might hear it here and there. You might hear that record sound. Unless it's an actual sample from the 80s or 70s, 60s. If it's something new, there's a good chance I put some vinyl crackle on it, you know, from Rancorsoft's plugins here. So I guess that's it. I just wanted to demonstrate this. So go out and get yourself the TapeSound. Yeah. Oops, that was the vinyl I just clicked on. Yeah, go out and get yourself some vinyl sounds. Yeah.